All music was once new, and all art was once new as well. I have an artist on the line right now, Döerte Weber. She's an artistic instructor who will be doing a weaving class for the Earth Day event celebrations at Rockport Center for the Arts. Welcome, Döerte.
Thank you.
It's just a pleasure to have you. Döerte, you have had lots of life experiences. You were born in Germany, you've lived in Asia and England, then you moved to Texas. How did your artistic journey get affected and influenced by, for example, the women in Berlin?
I should say I did not start weaving till 2010 seriously as an artist. But during my travels and during my time living in different countries around, I noticed how weaving was in every culture and how it was different. I loved the ikat in Indonesia, the weaving. I loved in the 80s when I lived in England, you could still go to weaving factories and watch them weave there. And my mother and my grandmothers, they all wove. They didn't weave, commercially, but they wove what they needed for their household. Every farm, I grew up in a rural part of Germany, and I think every farm had a loom. Because I remember when I was a kid in 1969 when they disassembled the loom and made firewood out of it, because
Aw.
it reminded my mom of the bad times. She lived through World War II and after World War II when nothing was available. So, everything has its own history.
Yes, I love that. And you've just taught me some of that already. And I never really thought about how weaving is kind of an ancient art because it's necessary. Textiles are used for just everything. Well, something else that fascinates me about your art is that you weave with found and repurposed objects. What are some examples of things you weave with?
One of my favorite and one of my first pieces I started weaving were plastic bags,
Hmm.
because I always thought here in San Antonio our newspapers are delivered in plastic bags, and they are very colorful. They are red and orange and yellow and sometimes green. The New York Times comes in blue plastic bags and the Wall Street Journal in red. And I loved the colors. And so my first item I wove with it was a very practical one. I had an ailing old dog who loved lying on plastic mats. So I wove him a plastic mat. And the great thing about it, you can hose it off. It's very easy to handle. So, and then I started weaving large installation with very low budget, and plastic bags were available, and the community around me supplied me with plastic bags.
And that's why it's just a perfect workshop that you were doing from 1 until 4 o'clock on April 6th at Rockport Center for the Arts Earth Day event, Why I Love Planet Earth, and thanks to Reliant and NRG for sponsoring that. And so this is just ties in so beautifully that it's celebrating Earth Day and being kind to the earth, and you are leading a workshop of how to use recycled items. I look forward to seeing some examples of that work, and they are fortunate to have you. Again, that's April 6th, and your workshop is free, and it's 1 to 4 o'clock at the Rockport Center for the Arts. I want to mention a couple of other events on the Earth Day celebrations. There's a coloring contest for kids pre-K through 5th grade. There's a free family Saturdays that will be hosting an Earth Day project from 10 to 4, and that's free for everyone. And then the Texas State Aquarium will have their outreach program go by Rockport Center for the Arts for a presentation from 10 until 2. So lots of great things going on in addition to Döerte Weber's weaving class, and that's a workshop. It's free from 1 until 4. Döerte, I really enjoyed talking with you.
Thank you so much.
It's just been a pleasure, and enjoy the beautiful Rockport when you're there.
I will. Thank you so much.
Thank you. been speaking with Döerte Weber, and she is, again, an artist instructor who will be teaching a free weaving workshop at Rockport Center for the Arts on April 6th from 1 to 4.